Hello, hello. Hello, Astrid. Can you listen to me right now? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, teacher. Yes.
Okay, sorry, I had a problem previously. And okay, I'm not at home right now, but we're gonna have classes from here. Can you? Okay, I know you can listen to me, right? So anyway, let's start. I'm gonna share my screen right now, and we're gonna work today with modal verbs. So okay, let me share please my screen right now. I'm really sorry. I wanted to share everything from home, but I think we're gonna have a kind of uh, general review of modal verbs. Okay, so please let me share right now. Okay, please, can you let me know if you can see what I'm sharing right now For example, I'm sharing right now modal verbs, right? Okay, let's keep going. What do we have talking about modal verbs? And so, in general, we have different modal verbs. I'm sorry. Can you see Astrid, what I'm sharing right now? Mari and Arti are smiling.
Yes, teacher, I can see.
Okay. Oh yeah, then I think yes. Now it's better. Well, we have here somebody should clean up this mess. If we talk about general statements of modal verbs. Okay, it's a bit slow. Come on, my computer is very slow, but I'm gonna make this available. Sorry. Just a moment, please. I'm gonna try to fix this out. I don't really know what's going on here. Okay, I think now I'm ready to share. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's keep going. What do we have in modal verbs? So we have different kind of modal verbs. Some of them is can, should, right? And all of them are modal verbs if we remember a little bit about general statements of modal verbs. So we have all of them over here. And if we talk about modal verbs, we don't have to use to, right? It is important also to remember that when we use modal verbs, usually we have all of these stuffs like can, could, should, might, may, had better, and would, and also will. But modal verbs always will go alone, right? And we don't have to use the third person here because after modal verbs always will be the simple form of the verb. And also we don't use a past form because it's important also to remember that we have to use modal verbs, but in its base form, by the way. So even we do not use ing because it's a modal verb. So let's keep going with the next example. Please, could you help me reading this one and complete the option if it's true or empty? How do you complete this one, Astrid?
She has to learn how to skate.
She has to learn, right? So yes, she has to learn how to skate. It's perfect. And how about this one?
She might learn how to skate.
Yes, it's not necessary to add to, right? Yes. Okay. And the next one is, you know, expressing ability can and could. In past, usually we use could. In present, can. I can't believe that, for example. That's one example. Dolphins can jump very high, and I can't or cannot fix this computer, right? All of them are the same. And Amy can play tennis over here. What do we have here? Uh, Abilities in this case. And when we were in college, we could play chess for hours. Or was a negative, we use couldn't, right? And me, I can use a camera. And can you help me reading this one, please, Astrid? What is this one, this option?
He is always upset when he can't remember something.
Yes, when he can't remember something. Very good. And what about this next example?
A dolphin can't run, but it can jump.
Yes, a dolphin can't run, but it can jump. Very good. That's perfect. And how about this one? Read, please. What do you think is this?
You can bring a horse to water, but you can make him drink it.
Yes, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make, yeah. The pronunciation is also can, right? Can. Actually, I want to ask you something. We didn't do this one, right? We didn't work with this presentation, right?
Just teacher.
Yeah, we didn't. Okay. So let's keep going with the next one. And also we have another different possibilities. Might, maybe. Maybe is a bit different. It's not a modal verb, of course, but expressing permission also may and can. Talking about that, it may snow this week, for example, is a possibility, but there are some possibilities if I use might also. But the only difference is when I use might, it's a bit weaker. If I use may, it's stronger. And we, okay, can we finish this by Monday? It's a question, right? It might not snow this week, but all of them maybe it's different. It's not a model verb, of course. Uh, Maybe it'll snow tomorrow, but when we use maybe, we're gonna use at the beginning of the sentence. And then we have yes, you may borrow my pen. For example, that's a possibility. And you may not borrow my pen. It's another one that we can talk about. So it's a negative one. We cannot use contractions, by the way. We do not use with may not. minute is not possible to use contraction. And what about this one, Ashit? Can you read for me, please? What is the option, the correct option? Read the sentence.
I may be done with this project tomorrow. The second?
The second option, very good. Yes. And how about this one? Can you read the sentence?
Maybe I'll be done with this project tomorrow. The first?
The first option, very good. And what about this third example?
The boss told me that we can use the new color printer.
Yes, definitely. Perfect. Okay. And also we can use could to express possibility. This could be a long walk, for example. And could you understand the lecture and past, right? Not really. I could only understand the first few minutes. Could is for past ability. And then we have a using could to express possibility over here. Why isn't this working? So I don't think it's serious. It could be just a weak battery. So there is a possibility, right? But this is a present possibility. That's a present possibility. Just a moment, please. Let me do something before we keep going. I think I need to go live on, okay, on YouTube. Just help me. Let me do it, please, faster. Okay, sorry, it's not working. But let's continue, please. I'm sorry. I'm gonna continue with my presentation where I was working with. Uh, okay, I see. I'm sorry, I wanted to do something, but anyway, let's let's continue. What else do we have here? Talking about modal verbs. Come on, sorry. Talking about modal verbs, we have more over here, such as using could to express possibility, right? This error could cause problems in the whole company, but then we have, let's practice now. Uh, okay, read the sentence and tell me if this is a present or future possibility, Astrid.
I like to visit a beautiful place. We could go to Thailand. Is in a future possibility.
Future possibility, yes. And oh no, this could be a problem. What do you think? Is it present or a future possibility?
A future possibility.
Yes, future possibility, right? And read this sentence and tell me also if it's present or future possibility.
This car doesn't run. The battery could be dead. Um, um, present.
Yes, present possibility. Very good. Okay, and also when we talk about polite questions, we can use may I, could I, can I, right? Such as may I help you? And may I, could I, and can I are very common. May I please take your picture, right? Could I please? All of them, all of these questions are the same, polite questions. But usually we're gonna answer with yes, of course, okay, no problem, or aha, or I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry, I can't. No, I don't want. I don't want a picture, any picture or something like that. And uh, can I take you? Can I take your picture, please? For example. But what about this one? Tell me if is that correct or incorrect? What do you say? What do you say here?
Teacher, sorry, I didn't hear you about the question.
Yeah, can I please borrow your car? Do you think is correct or incorrect, the question? Or maybe you should
Um,
put can I borrow your car, please, or something like that. What do you say? But just tell me if it's according to your opinion, if that is correct.
maybe it will be, can I borrow your car, please?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is possible. Can I please borrow your car, or can I borrow your car, please? Please can
Okay.
go after the subject or at the end of the question. It is possible to use in that way, no problem. Okay, and let's keep going with the next one. What about this? Read the sentence and tell me if this is correct or not.
Is correct, teacher.
Yes, it is correct. It doesn't matter if you use please or not, it's correct, of course. Okay, so how about this next one? What do you think? What do you think about this question? Could I borrow, please, your car?
Yes, teacher.
Correct? No, right? Because maybe we can say, can I borrow? But could I is something that, okay, may I borrow your car? It is possible. But could I borrow, please, your car? Much better to say, can I borrow? Okay, much better to say, can I borrow? But in polite questions also we have would you, could you, and will you, and even can you. Would you please still sit still? That's just one request, polite request, right? Or polite question. So there is, would you please explain that again? Could you please explain that again? And will you please explain that again, for example? All of them are polite questions. All of them also means, all of them mean the same. We cannot say there are differences among them because we are using polite questions with would you, can you, will you, and can you. Could you and can you, okay? But also, if you want to answer those questions, basically you're gonna use this one like, yes, sure, yes, of course, certainly, and all of this that we have here. So could you please explain that again? That's gonna be like, sure, of course. If I ask you one question, Astrid, uh, can you listen to me? El código de barra no quieres de conocer. What do you say?
Yes, teacher.
Mire.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, right. Let's practice here. What about this question? Do you think it's correct or not? What do you say
It's
here?
incorrect. Incorrect.
Why? Because,
Because the word yesterday.
yeah, could you wash my car yesterday, right? Yes, of course, it's not correct. And how about this one, please? What do you say about this?
Correct, teacher.
Okay, yes, it is. Will you wash my car, please? And how about this one? This one?
Correct.
Yes. No, in this case, may you please wash my car? Much better to use can you, could you, but not may you. Because let me say something. Imagine we are in a live class and I can tell you, you can ask me, teacher, may I go to the bathroom? Is not correct because I have an option to say no, holding, just wait, you can't go. But that's why it's much better to ask with can you and could you or something like that. Okay, let's keep going with this. And also, when we use modal verbs, we can use to advise, right? They should go home and get some rest. They look tired. But let's continue with this. Oops, my computer is a bit slow right now. But you know, a should is for giving or expressing advices, and ought to also is possible to use for expressing advice. So you can tell me, I feel sick, and I, of course, could tell you, you should go to the doctor. You should go to see the doctor or something like that. Or you ought to go. But ought to is worse with, okay. Yeah, it stopped for a moment. Please, I'm gonna wait for a while for this slide to respond. I don't know what happened. I hope it's gonna be possible to fix it out. Just let me do something before we keep going. Okay, now it's working again. So what do we have here? I have a headache. I should take a nap, or I ought to take a nap. It's an option. Come on. Okay, sorry. Now everything is ready. I'm sorry. I wanted to, I don't know, it stopped for a while, but let's keep going. So shouldn't, right? But the other one is I don't understand the assignment. What should I do? And you should come in to see me. Says you ought to come in to see me is another option to use should or ought to. And then we have the other one, which is maybe you should come in to see me, right? Or maybe you ought to come in to see me. That's another option also. What about this one? Please, how can you complete the conversation up there?
You should go to the library.
Okay, yes, you used to go to the library, right? I'm sorry, you should go to the library. And how about this one?
You out to the library.
Okay, yes, you ought to go to the library. Very good. And how about the next one?
Maybe you should go to the library.
Okay, maybe you should go to the library. Very good. And then we have, they had better go home and get some rest. There is, okay, had better is possible to use also with ought to, should, or any of them. Okay, I have a headache. I should take a nap, but the next one, for example, he better be careful. His pan is on fire, for example. Right? and usually had better to express advice, right? You can say uh, you'd better be you'd better be careful, you'd better be do something. It's a possibility. And also over here we can use a you'd better quit watching TV all day, possible bad results. What do you think are the possible bad results of watching TV all day? Okay, what do you think are the bad results about that?
Sorry, teacher, about the people who watch TV all day.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you
Um,
can say he'd better eat. Oh, no, not better. Possible bad results: maybe catch a cold, hurt his eyes. I don't know. What do you think?
they they had better um what what watching TV or uh,
Yeah,
better study more.
yeah, of course. But possible bad results can be maybe eat too much, right? And it can hurt eyes and not studying enough, of course, as you said, and not exercising enough. Okay, and he better not walk there. What are the possible bad results from your opinion?
He could fall. He could
Fall,
get
yes.
hurt.
Oh, sorry. Yes, fall. What else?
Get hurt.
Get hurt. Something else?
Just that. Or
Yeah. Be embarrassed, fail. Oh, be embarrassed, right? When you fall down, usually people will, I don't know, they can stare at you and you can feel embarrassed about that, about the situation. And what about this one? It better stay awake in school. Possible bad results. What do you think are?
he will miss something.
Mhm.
Get in trouble. Fail a test.
Yes. And nothing to see with get a flu, right? Sleepy. Okay, anyway. And also we can express necessity, talking about have to, have got to, and must. This man has to wear ear protection we have here. Uh, I want to become a doctor, for example, right? If you want to become a doctor, what should you do? What can you do? What can you say to advise this person if somebody says, I want to become a doctor, using have to? Can you use any ideas, any sentences to talk about that, maybe? What do you say about that?
You have to study more.
You have to study medicine, maybe, right? Or if I say I want to become a doctor, you have to study in a medical school. Okay.
You,
And I need to hurry. I have to go to the soccer practice. Yeah. Okay. It's late. We gotta go home. Also, we use got to. We have got to go. It's very common, especially in American English. We say not always have. For example, I'm gonna write something over here. In English, we say, let's say, she has, I'm sorry, I'm gonna write here like this example. She has, she has a hazel eyes or brown eyes, let's say brown eyes. And I'm gonna write something else over there to explain this much better. If I say she has she has got brown eyes, what is the difference from your opinion? Do you think it's something different or both of them are quite similar? What about among those sentences if we want to compare? What's your opinion? Or what do you think about these two sentences? Is there any difference about this or not really?
Maybe there will be a different, but I don't know, teacher.
Not really. In English, it's very common to use. For example, she has brown eyes. It's the same, so much the same when we say she has got brown eyes. When we say got has got, is sometimes when you already have it, when you were born with that condition, okay, and it's possible to use. We gotta go home, or we have to go home, or we have to go home. We have to go home. It's there's no difference among them. If you want, you can use this way or the first way. Okay. So yeah, if we want to go farther in in grammar, sometimes you can find some differences. But generally, when we speak English, we're gonna use the same. When you say I'm gonna go home, okay, well I have to go home are similar, so much the same. There's no big difference among those examples. Just okay. So we can use both of them. Anyway, let's continue with the next one. Um, Also, must is a strong obligation. Everyone must wear a seatbelt on an airplane. And Sally, you must clean your room every night, for example. Must is a necessity, right? All of them are necessities. But I have to go to this. I have to go soccer practice. We gotta go home. Everyone must wear a seatbelt on an airplane. Sally, you must clean your room every night. There are have got to, and must. Most of them are common. Usually we use for, okay, to express necessity, we're gonna use have to, have got to, or must. Usually must is stronger than have to, right? In informal conversations, we're gonna use have got to. And in written instructions, it's gonna be must, right? If you take the plane, you're gonna see some instructions with must. You must wear a seatbelt on this airplane. You can, I don't know, you're gonna read something like that, right? Uh, okay. But also talking to your children, you can use must because there's no option. So you cannot say, would you do that, please? Right? No, it's an order. So usually it's gonna be, how can I say, uh, imperative. Talking to your children, must, right? You must you must finish your homework. You must finish eating. You can say to a little girl or boy. So have got to also is possible to use in questions. Do you have to wear seatbelts in your car? Did they all have to come? Questions have to, but not have got to. You cannot ask with have got to. Only do you have to? Okay, usually with have to. No, it's not possible also to use with must. You cannot say must I go? No, not really. It's possible to use with questions with some models, but not specifically with must. You can ask questions with could you, can you, but not with must. Okay, and the next one is have to or have got to. You have to clean up the mess. In pronunciation, we say have to, has to, and gotta. Right? I have to call my mom. Jason has to work tomorrow. I'm gonna cook dinner tonight. So there are some pronunciations that you can use like have to, has to, and gotta. Can you read those sentences, please, right now? Go ahead. Read I, J, and K. Astrid. Read. Try to use this pronunciation.
Okay,
Uh, okay, go ahead.
I have to call my mom. Jason has to work tomorrow. I gotta cook dinner tonight.
Yes. Gotta, right? I've got to cook dinner tonight. Those are some possibilities. You can say have to or have to is more American, like have to. Have to. The other one is has to, gotta, gotta, something like that. And please let me know if this is correct or incorrect. Read the sentence and tell me if that is correct or not.
Is incorrect.
Okay. Yes. Do I must wash all the dishes? Is not correct, right? And then we have the other one. Do I have to wash all the dishes? What about this one? What do you think? Is that okay? Is not okay? Is it correct or
Is
incorrect?
okay? Okay, teacher.
Do I have to wash all the dishes? Yes. Usually we ask questions with have to, right? And of course, that's correct. Perfect. Come on. Okay, let me fix this one. I think something happened with my computer, but I'm gonna try to fix this out faster. I was working on 82. I don't know, maybe my computer is a bit slow today. I'm not with my computer, by the way, I'm not at home, but uh, let me try to fix this out. Okay, now let me share that again, please. Yeah, you said here correct, right? No, but why? Do I have, no, yes, this is not correct. But the previous one was correct, of course. But the last one, not really, right? Do I have to got to? Because we don't have to ask questions with have got to, but we ask questions with have to only. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, and also we can express lack of necessity or don't have to, expressing prohibition also must not. You mustn't talk on the phone while you are driving. Usually, this is very informal when we use mustn't. It's not possible to use in reading English. Usually, we use only in speaking, but even in speaking is not possible. We say you must not talk on the phone. Much better to use the full form. But I moved the yard yesterday. I don't have to move it this weekend. That's one example. Alicia is on vacation. She doesn't have to go to work today. You must not swim here. You mustn't throw trash in the garden. Okay, must plus not, mustn't, but very informal as I said. What about this one, please? Acid, can you help me reading this one? Can you complete this one? What do you think we should complete here? What should we say about this? Okay, Acid, what do you think? Do you think we say we shouldn't have to clean now, or I don't know? You have to complete with something according to this cue. We cleaned the house this morning, and we have to complete with something over here. What's your opinion? What do you think? How can you fix this or make this sentence correct? Remember, we can use must not, have got not, or have to. Don't have to, sorry. What do you think is the answer? Astrid, are you
Must
there?
not, must not, teacher.
Okay, but try to read the sentence. You mean we must not clean the
Um,
house now?
yes.
Yes, we don't have to clean the house now because the house is already clean. Clean, sorry. And how about this one? What's there?
I have not to cook dinner tonight.
I don't have to cook, right? I don't have to cook dinner tonight because the dinner is done. And how about this?
You must not swim here.
You must not swim here. Yes. Prohibition, right? And also we have logical conclusions with must. When we use logical conclusions, you can say it's very wet. It must be raining outside, right? Something like that. Because you have the evidence, and that's why you use must, especially when you are almost 100% sure when you use must. Mary and Artie are smiling. They must be happy, right? And logical conclusions with must. I'm sorry. That woman is very funny. She must be a comedian. Must is best guess, logical conclusion, right? Based on the evidence that you already have. But logical conclusion, my friend went skydiving, they must be brave. And the next one is my friends went skydiving. They must be brave. The necessity to become a scientist, you must go to college. How can we compare this? Negative logical conclusion, jet smokes, prohibition, we have we need money for the future. Okay, over here we have he must not know that smoking is harmful, right? But when we talk about prohibition, we need money for the future. What do you think of? Okay, anyway, in that case was we must not spend it all now, right? But let's practice. Read the sentence and tell me if it's a necessity, prohibition, logical conclusion, negative logical conclusion. What do you think is when you read Jenny swims every day, she must love to swim?
It's
What do you
a logical conclusion.
a logical conclusion? Okay, logical conclusion, very good. Let's continue with this one. Read the sentence and tell me what is.
Smoking is not a law. You must not smoke. Prohibition.
Yes, prohibition. And what about this one? Read the sentence.
If you want to graduate, you must stay in school. Is a logical conclusion.
Okay, logical conclusion. No, a necessity, right? If you want to graduate, you must stay in school. If you drop out, of course, you won't be able to graduate. Uh, let's continue, please, with the next one. You can keep a secret, can you? These are tough questions with moral auxiliaries also. You can keep a secret, can't you? You know, when we talk about tag questions, we have the sentence, the statement here is in positive, and the tag question will be in negative, or vice versa. You can start with a negative statement, and the tag would be a positive. And that's the most logical way. You don't have to go to you don't have to go, do you? Negative and positive tag. Okay, the next one is he has to leave, doesn't he? He doesn't have to leave, does he? Or you have to try being you. That questions can be like had, have to, has to, had to. When we use tag questions, usually we use when we want the other person be, when we want the other person agree with our idea, with our perspective, with our opinion. Come on, let's complete this one, Astrid.
They should stop working, shouldn't they?
Shouldn't they? Yes, they should stop working, shouldn't they? Very good. How about this one?
She has to work today. Doesn't she?
She doesn't have to work today, does she? Right? Okay. How about this example?
Um, um, uh, she would like to ask a question, wouldn't she?
Very good. And also we have given instructions, imperative sentences. When we talk about imperatives, of course, you start from the verb, right? Basically, you start from the verb, and sit down. You are in trouble. Yes, mom, right? The verb. Sit down, please. I want to talk to you. Okay, mom. Instruction, imperative sentences, right? Read, please. I'm gonna be Emma. So, where should I turn? Continue.
In 2 miles, turn right. Then drive 5 miles to the hotel on the left.
Okay. Look at this. Turn right is a verb, a modal verb, right? Then drive 5 miles. So always we're gonna start from a sentence. Oh, sorry, using this a verb, a verb. And these are some commands also. Sit down, please, or turn right, then drive 5 miles. Giving directions. When we use when we give directions, when we talk about commands or requests, usually we're gonna use imperative sentences. Okay, slow down, slow down, please. For example, this one is also it's starting from the verb. That's why that means it is an imperative one. Slow down, right? Please slow down and come on. Subject of sentence unspoken. Usually we don't mention you, right? We don't say you slow down, only slow down. Don't worry, I won't fall, for example. Please don't drive so fast, right? Those are some imperatives also. Don't do that again. Now please read the sentence and tell me if it's a command, request, or direction.
Please don't worry about me. Is a command.
Sorry? Command? Request, right? Please don't worry about me. And how about this? Read the sentence and tell me, please.
To use chopsticks, keep one finger over the other and use your thumb to direct the movement. Um, is a command.
Okay, you said command. Directions, right? Because step by step. Keep one finger over there. Use the thumb to direct the movement. And what about this one?
Mm, don't swing so high. Um, is a request.
No, it's a command, right? It's an order. Okay, anyway. And also we have suggestions. Usually we ask, why don't we? Let's go, something like that. Let's buy this one. It looks good. Let's buy this one. Okay, the same meaning, sorry. Suggestion about activities. I don't know which classes to take. Why don't you, Also, for suggesting something, we can use, why don't you ask your advisor, right? Friendly suggestion. And how about this one? Let's,
Let's study together.
okay, let's study together. Very good. How about this one?
Why don't we study?
Why don't we, right? Okay, but read the sentence. How do you think is the sentence there?
Teacher, all the sentence. We have a
Yes,
big test tomorrow. Why don't we study together?
yes. And how about this one?
I don't understand this report. Why um don't you read this line?
Yes, why don't you look at this line, right? Okay, and also we have prefer, like, better, and would rather. Those are some models also, and let's work with that. I prefer motorcycles to cars. When we want to make a comparison, I like motorcycles better than cars. And Ray would rather have a cat than a dog. Usually when we use would rather, I'd rather, you'd rather have a motorcycle, right? It's like to say I prefer to have a motorcycle. How about this one? Can you read this sentence, please? What do you think is the sentence here?
I like to play badminton better than tennis.
Yes, better than tennis. Very good. How about this one?
I prefer badminton to tennis.
Very good. And this one?
I would rather play badminton to tennis.
Okay. Okay. And that's it with the with all the grammar of modal verbs. We had a review about that. But please let me open something right now. We have to work with the platform. By the way, were you able to join the platform, Astrid? What do you say?
Just teacher.
Ah, okay. So I hope you're working on your activities as usual. Okay, just a moment, please. I'm gonna open some exercises from our platform. Okay, just a moment, please. Okay, okay. Let's practice with exercises that it's already given there about module A, and we're working with grammar of over here. Okay, now let's work with this one, please. Models of advice. Can you tell me what's the answer for that?
What time should we get there?
Okay, the next one.
Should I bring?
The next one.
You you should buy something new.
The next one.
It's going to. You will better wear are the first.
And this one.
Um, um, he'd better cold first.
This one.
How should we get there? You'd better call Josh and check. We shouldn't leave so late.
Okay. Well, let's check it out if everything's okay. Perfect. It's good. Now we're gonna continue with other activities as well. Okay. Number one, what do you think is? But we're gonna use will and be going to. If we talk about the future, actually is the most common one that we can use in English. What about number one?
Mm, I'm going to play soccer.
Number two?
I will I will get back to you later.
And the next one?
I am going to get tickets.
And how about the number four?
It will rain any minute. Play. He'll play the next game. I will I will call you later. The
Hmm?
first.
There are some mistakes. Usually, why? When we use be going to, we have to use for fixed plans and will for random plans for things for the moment of speaking, sorry. I like to go to the next soccer game. What about you? I will go, right? You have to use will. Going to when we make promise, but will in this case. And look at those storm clouds. Wow, it's gonna rain in any minute. When we have also some evidence, we're gonna use be going to. Only that. Then I think everything would be fine. So let's continue with something else right now. Okay, let's listen and tell me what's the correct answer, please.
Welcome to Sports Scoop. As we get ready for the big games next month, we thought we'd look at the challenges some athletes have faced in their personal lives. Bethany Hamilton is a Hawaiian surfer. In 2002, she was attacked by a 14-foot tiger shark. Bethany lost her left arm in the attack, but in 1 year, she learned how to surf again with just one arm. Just 2 years later, she won the National Scholastic Surfing Association title. According to Bethany, we should welcome challenges in our lives. I don't want easy, she says, just possible. Shun Fujimoto is a Japanese gymnast. He was part of the Japanese team that won an Olympic gold medal in 1976. Fujimoto broke his knee during one of the events, but he refused to withdraw from the competition in spite of the pain. In the final event, the rings, he scored an incredible 9.7 out of 10. He made a perfect landing from nearly 3 meters above the ground. According to Fujimoto, pain is an opportunity to show how badly we want something. Monique Newton is a British powerlifter. She is currently the international powerlifting champion in her weight class, At age 3, Monique was diagnosed with brain cancer. Doctors gave her only 1 year to live. But Monique somehow pulled through. However, the difficult chemotherapy treatment left Monique a small, frail child. In spite of her diminutive size, Monique decided to take up powerlifting. I took up powerlifting, she says, because I want to be the underdog. I love to push myself to get to the top. Haile Gebrselassie is an Ethiopian marathon champion. He has won 2 Olympic gold medals. Haile was born into a poor family in a remote village in Ethiopia. As a child growing up, he used to run 10 kilometers to school every morning. In spite of his difficult living situation, Haile went on to become an inspirational athlete. Haile believes that his poverty gave him mental strength. Always, if you win mentally, he says, you can win physically as well.
Okay, please help me out to choose the correct answers for each one. What about these persons?
Um, teacher, I didn't listen very well the first about Monique had brain cancer.
Broke a leg, maybe?
Had brain cancer. Monique.
Okay. And the other one?
Haile Gebrselassie grew up in poverty.
Oh,
Um, Sanji Fujimoto lost an arm.
Sonji Fujimoto lost an arm, you said? Okay. Do you think it's okay? No, right? Fujimoto broke a leg and Bethany lost an arm. Okay, but I think you're gonna practice that with your activities. I'm gonna assign you also that one for this. That's gonna be until this weekend, until Sunday. Okay, what should we do now? We have the other one. We still have a couple of minutes. Okay, in speaking, when we usually want to say something, especially talking about gossip, right, or interesting news, we're gonna use like there's a rumor that apparently.
There's a rumor that Nick Crawford has fallen into debt lately.
Apparently, Nick Crawford has fallen into debt lately.
Guess what? Nick Crawford has fallen into debt lately.
I hear Nick Crawford has fallen into debt lately.
They say Nick Crawford has fallen into debt lately.
Have you heard? Nick Crawford has fallen into debt lately.
Listen to this. Nick Crawford has fallen into debt lately.
There are many ways of telling people news or gossips, right? Apparently, guess what? Have you heard? Listen this. And also we have in speaking.
Wow!
No way!
Are you serious?
You're kidding.
I don't believe it.
That's incredible.
Those are some expressions that we use in English, right? To tell about a gossip, to tell about an interesting news. Okay, now let's practice please together. Okay, there are some numbers where you have to answer. What about number one? Based on this conversation to the dialogue, have you heard Jeff is leaving? He got a new job. Are you serious? What's what's another way of for Amy to begin telling Talia her news?
Guess what?
Guess what? Yes, probably. And number two,
No way.
three,
I don't believe it.
four,
Have you heard?
have you heard? Okay, probably we can use a apparently, right? Apparently the coach. Yes, but then everything is fine. Okay, then we have pronunciation. Usually when we talk about words with two more syllables, sometimes it's stressed, sometimes not, but like the schwa sound is like right? Again,
Again.
again, right? And also then we have the schwa sound here.
Even.
Even, even, right?
Tonight.
Tonight, we're still using the schwa.
Mention.
Mention,
Idea.
idea, right?
Absolutely.
Those sounds are common in English, right? Like using the schwa vowel sound. But generally we say like okay, that sounds that's how that sounds. Okay, Astrid, I'm gonna send the poll. By the way, I'm gonna make it available the activity right now. It's going to be you're gonna be able to do your tasks until Sunday evening. I hope you're working with the other activities that you have. But the lesson number two for this week is gonna be available until this Sunday, by the way. I don't know if you have any questions, Astrid.
No, teacher. It's good.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for being in the class. And we're gonna see each other the next class tomorrow. By the way, in the call. I'm sorry I was not with my computer today, but I hope we at least we got something out of this class. And see
Okay,
you
see you tomorrow.
tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.